Hello friends, welcome back to our channel. I am Raju Upadhyay from CIMAGE College, Patna. Today, I'm going to start with the new series of Java, where we are going to talk about how to create graphical user interface in Java and their various kind of components. Right. So first of all, we'll understand the basic definition. So first of all, we'll understand what is basically user interfaces. So we can say that user interface is the layer between the user and an application. That means if as a user, if you wanted to communicate with your application, you need to have one sort of interface, right? So this interface is a layer between user and the application. So this is helping the user to interact with the application, right? The application can contain the graphical user interface that is called GUI that consists of so many things. It may have images, texts, graphics, animation, audio, video, and there are so many other components like text box, text area, label control, combo box, list box, like that. See, in order to create such kind of window-based application, right? In order to create such kind of window-based application, we need to understand the feature of GUI for creating an interactive and effective interface, right? For this purpose, Java provides Swing toolkits and abstract window toolkits, right? So abstract window toolkits means AWT. It was a older toolkit, but nowadays we are having Swing toolkit. Clear? So this Swing toolkit as well as AWT contain various kind of classes and interfaces in order to create GUI-based application, right? So earlier in the older version of Java, we had only AWT toolkit or you can say package, and it was having all sort of related classes and interfaces by which we used to create a good quality of graphical user interface. But later on, Java has provided so many modified and you can say inherited or upgraded class or upgraded version of AWT classes inside a new package called AWT. So AWT is having almost 70% classes which has been modified, inherited from the AWT to Swing, right? So we will be making use of Swing package in order to create the very good graphical user interface, having the very enriched experience, right? So we'll understand one by one what are the different classes and what are the different purposes that classes have been created, right? So first of all, we will be talking about the user interface component, right? So as a top level container or component, we are going to have the frame. So in order to create a frame inside the Java program or Java graphical user interface application, we'll be using a class called, either you can have a class JFrame, which is coming from the Swing package, or if you are the old programmer, a legacy programmer, you may use a class called frame class, which comes from the AWT package. So here we are going to talk about the JFrame class, which is a part of Swing package, right? So we'll understand the things practically. So I'll switch over to practical mode where you can see all sort of practicals happening, right? So I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to share my screen to everyone. So I hope my screen is visible to all. So in order to create frame for the graphical user interface, we must import a required class, right? So in order to import the required class, we used to have just a minute, my screen is not shared. Now the screen is shared. Clear. In order to create a frame, we need to import a class called, and how we can import it? So we can write import javax dot string dot JFrame. Right. This is the required class which we supposed to import in order to create a top level container called frame. Right. And after that, we are supposed to create a class. So as you people are aware of how to create a class of Java, so you can write out here public class followed by class name. So let's say I'm writing a class name as my frame. So I'm going to write a class called my frame. And within this particular class, we can write a required method called main method, right? So here I'll be writing public static void main, and within this we'll be writing string str, right, followed by this. And obviously main method will have their own body. Now there are two different approach of creating a frame. One is either you can extend your class from JFrame. So automatically there all methods, attributes will be a part of your class. So how we can do that? We can write extends followed by name of a frame called JFrame, right? And within this, in order to construct everything properly, what we can do is we can create a constructor. So whenever we create an object of myFrame class, automatically the constructor will get called up, and this constructor is going to construct everything of a frame, right? So as we know, constructor is a special function which is getting called automatically, and the name of a constructor is same as a class name. So here I'm going to write a constructor like myFrame, and as we know, constructor doesn't have any return value, right? Although you can make your constructor public, right? So if you want, you can make your constructor public. Clear. And within a constructor, we can do the rest of the part. As already I have extended JFrame class, so all methods are available out here, but we need to set the title of a frame which you wanted to have. So in order to set the title of a frame, we are having a method called set title, right? So I'll write out here set title, and within this, the kind of title which you wanted on a frame that we are supposed to write, right? So here I can say, as a title, I am writing my application, or rather I can say my GUI application, GUI application, right? So this is the title. Now we have to set the dimension of the frame which I wanted on the screen. So in order to get the dimension of my frame, we need to write a method called set size, and we write everything in terms of pixel. So we have to write a width and height in terms of pixel. Let's say I wanted to have 600 pixel of width and 500 pixel of height for my frame, right? So I'll say semicolon. Now by default, this frame will be created inside the memory, right, inside a RAM. This will not be visible on the screen. In order to make it visible on the screen, we have to write a method called set visible true. So here I'll write set visible, and I have to mention the visibility property as true. It has to be mandatory, right? And then we can save this file and we can run this program application, and let's see what is going to happen. So what I'll be doing is, obviously, we need to save the file as myframe.java. So I'm going to save it. You can save in your required folder, right? So let's say I'm going to save it here and then we can save it. If you want, you can create a package as well. In order to create a package, what we can do is we can write a package keyword. Package followed by, let's say, a my pack, right? So now we'll save it and then we'll compile it. So in order to compile it, I'll go to the command prompt. My class name is uh, my friend. So if you wanted to compile your program of Java, which is having a concept of package, so we need to compile it by using the javac -d to create a directory for a package. Then we have to write, we can write dot. It is going to represent the current working directory where you want to create a package, right? And then here I wanted to compile it. So my program name was myframe.java, and I'll hit the enter key. So one small mistake is there in the program. So at the top here, JFrame, clear. Now, one important thing is we are supposed to write here in the main. In order to execute this particular constructor, we have to create an object of this particular program. So here I'll write my frame followed by name of your object. Let's say I'm writing out here obj and then say new my frame. Right. And then the moment we will create an object of this particular frame, automatically constructor will be called up and constructor will execute the remaining part. I hope my screen is visible. If it is not visible, so I'm going to share it again. Right. So let me share my new screen. So my screen is visible. Now here I'll compile it. So I'll write javac -t dot followed by name of a class. Once it is getting compiled, we have to run it. If you wanted to run a program which is having a concept of a package, so we have to write javac, then we have to mention -cp for the class path, then dot, because the package is present in my current working directory, and there we have to write a name of a package. So I think my package name was mypack. So we have to write the package name dot bytecode. So let us verify what is the name of the. Yes, it was mypack only. And then if I hit the enter key, you can notice out here my frame is visible to you. And if it is not visible, I'm going to share it. Right. Once we run this, your frame is visible like this. So I hope this frame is quite visible to everyone. Right. So this is a very basic application which I have created where I have tried to create the top level container as a frame. Right. So this frame is getting created. So I hope you must have liked this particular video. If you have liked the video, please like it, and you can share with your friends and relatives. So I'll be coming up with the next video having a different approach of creating this particular application, right? Thank you very much for watching this particular video.